Sung Jinwoo lives in a world of constant chaos, as the Earth is facing the unknown phenomenon of gates, a dimensional portal linking our planet to an alternate dimension, through which an endless army of monsters can come through if not closed in time. The monsters are immune to humanity's modern technology, but luckily, some humans awakened the power to fend off these demons, and they were called the Hunters. The Hunters were in charge of clearing the gates and collect valuable resources found in them. Sung Jinwoo was also one of the few people who got the blessing to become a hunter, although unfortunately, his class was determined to be only E rank, the lowest ranking for a hunter. And even among the E rank, he was considered to be weakest. He even earned the title of world's weakest hunter. The power of a hunter can't be increased once awakened, no matter how hard they train. Their potential is limited and can't be overcome. It was hopeless for Sung Jinwoo, as he was putting his life online just to clear even the easiest gates. In each raid he was a part of, he was heavily injured and was close to death. But no matter the odds, he still continues as a hunter to support his family. In one such raid, he was assigned to a D-rank dungeon, along with other competent hunters. For even such an easy dungeon, he was risking his life, and only managed to gather minimal loot. However, the fun began when they found out that the gate was a double dungeon. The hunter party, hoping for more loot, decided to explore the dungeon even further. They came across a mysterious room surrounded by giant statues. The hunters noticed a stone tablet written in runic text. It gave them instructions as follows. First, worship the Lord. Second, praise the Lord. And third, prove your faith. Those who do not follow these commandments will never leave alive. As they finished reading the instructions, the doors in the room closed, fearing the unknown phenomenon occurring. A hunter tried to leave the room, but as soon as he reached near the gate, the stone guard slashed the hunter in two halves. The person who died was an D-rank hunter, but still he was finished in an instant. It appeared as though the rank of the dungeon is much higher than they expected. They stood no chance against the statues, as the others were in shock. Jinwoo's survival instinct kicked in, and he noticed the biggest statue, sensing its malice. He instantly commanded everyone to duck. The statue launched a powerful beam, exterminating everyone, except for the people who listened to Jinwoo. Sensing the seriousness of the danger they were in, Jinwoo figured out they have to follow the instructions for survival. He tried to solve the puzzle of the dungeon and was able to clear the first two instructions, but as he reached to the third stage where they had to look at the guards to prevent them from attacking, but between the third part, suddenly the gates opened and it tempted the other hunters to run. But Sung Jinwoo warned them that if they leave, the others will die, as they just had to hold the guards off just for some time before the trial would end, and it would have ensured everyone's safety. But the others, doubting their survival, betrayed Jinwoo and left. Only two members of party were left, the party leader and his friend who was unable to walk. To ensure her safety, Jinwoo decided to sacrifice himself and ordered them to leave. As there was not enough people to stop the statues closed in and were able to attack Jinwoo. As he was slashed by them, Jinwoo's life was flashing before his eyes, but surprisingly, in his dying moment, an interface appeared before his eye, displaying that he had completed the hidden quest. He was given a choice by the system to choose if he wants to become a player, or else his heart will stop wanting to live. Sung Jinwoo accepted the offer. He was bestowed the title of a player. After 3 days, he woke up in a hospital, with the system still visible only to him. The system was giving him daily tasks, quests and missions in order to increase Jinwoo's level and status. And if he failed to complete the tasks, he was even given punishments. The system was forcing Sung Jinwoo to level up. For each task completed, he was accordingly given rewards, such as boost in stats, gold coins, and instant dungeon keys. Unlike normal gates, instant dungeon was exclusive to the player only. The instant dungeon provided as a great opportunity for him, where he could fight enemies to level up faster than normal, and he even got some rare rewards for clearing them. For some reason, Sung Jinwoo was able to grow stronger the more he fought. His strength had no limit, unlike any other hunters. It meant that he could always grow stronger than before. It was a very unique anomaly for a hunter, and it was only exclusive to Jinwoo. To further enhance this anomaly, the system provided the player with instant dungeon keys. gates which could be only accessed by the player to level up. In his first instant dungeon, he faced off magical wolf monsters. They were very strong for an E-rank hunter. But because of the system, he gained some boost in strength and agility stats which allowed him to kill monsters with some effort. He continued killing them and increased his stats through the system to grow stronger. As he invested more in stats, it was becoming more easier and easier for him to kill the monsters. As he progressed through the dungeon, he had become strong enough to exterminate even a pack of magical wolves all by himself. But in order to clear the instant dungeon, he had to kill the boss. As he reached a desirable level, he decided to challenge the dungeon boss, the huge serpent monster named Rasaka. It was a very formidable opponent, and Jinwoo, being an E-rank hunter, never faced something like that ever before. Still, he was not scared, as it was nothing in front of the brutal experience he faced in the double dungeon. Although his blades were not working against the monster thick exoskeleton, but still, because of the strength status he invested, he was able to break through the hard exoskeleton of the serpent with his bare hands. The rewards for his victory were experience points and exclusive drops, such as Rasaka's venom, capable of increasing defense, and Rasaka's blade, with passive skill of paralyze and bleed. It was a high-grade dagger. Through the end of the instant dungeon, he increased his rank probably near to C or B rank. He further got a special skill named Stealth. As a rare drop from killing a hunter, Stealth allowed him to suppress his presence completely. The system was making Jinwoo stronger, but his true abilities were yet to be unlocked. Before being accepted by the system, Jinwoo was a combatant-type hunter, but since his new birth, his job role was rendered to none. But after reaching level 40, he was given the job change quest by the system. Through this quest, Sung Jinwoo would be given a role according to his befitting. A role such as assassin, mage, or a tank. It was a decisive quest for him. As to gain the job, he would have to clear a trial created by the system. Even the normal monsters found in the trial were extremely durable knights covered with full-body armors. Jinwoo was having a very hard time getting through their defenses, as the powerful daggers he had obtained were proving useless against the knights, and he had to rely on his strength once again. Still, Jinwoo somehow managed to clear the normal enemies thanks to his inhuman strength. After clearing the guards, he came across some high-level mages capable of blasting fire projectiles. He went on to defeat them. Nonetheless, throughout the trial, he was not able to use healing or leave the dungeon without killing the boss. It was a brutal trial for Jinwoo, as the system did not allow him to use his trump cards. As Jinwoo reached the boss room, he prepared for his final battle. Inside the room was an empty king's throne, and beside the throne was the commander Igris. Just by looking at him, Jinwoo could tell that Igris was stronger than him, yet he had no choice except fighting him. Igris was superior to him in durability, strength, and even speed. Jinwoo was having a hard time catching up to him. The weapons were proving useless against Igris's armor. So Jinwoo had to throw his daggers away and prepared his fist. Igris, in response, also throwed his blade away. As a sign of chivalry, Igris seemed confident in defeating Jinwoo, and Igris' act wasn't just a bluff, he was dominating Jinwoo even in fistfights. Jinwoo was taking heavy damages, and his HP was nearing to 0. Jinwoo was cornered to the king's throne by Igris the Knight, and he was about to end Jinwoo for good. But Jinwoo, expecting his attack, blocked him with his protective gauntlet, which prevented the damage from Igris's sword. Jinwoo found an opening and stabbed Igris in his eye. He didn't stop and attacked him yet again in the same spot. Igris couldn't survive the damage and felled. Jinwoo leveled up as he defeated Igris. As rewards, he received Igris' helmet, a hearthstone, and the skill Dominator's touch, allowing him to control objects without touching them. Although this skill was limited to light objects, but to much of Jinwoo's despair, Igris was not the final trial for unlocking his job. As it turned out, the system intended him to survive against the mages, who could summon an endless army of soldiers. Sung Jinwoo had no chance of survival, as he had lost half of his HP in his fight against Igris, and his chances of getting out alive were looking bleak. But luckily, because of the trial, he forgot to do his daily quest, and the system had teleported him to the penalty zone. There, he realized that he could level up and restore his health by killing the monsters. So he began defeating the monsters until his penalty was over. After successfully completing his penalty, he was teleported back to the trial. With enough health and preparation, he, in an instant, used his stealth skill to locate the summoning mages and got rid of them quite efficiently. With that, the system marked the end of the trial, and Sung Jinwoo was given the title of Necromancer, the ability to summon the dead. Sung Jinwoo was quite shocked when he got this role, as he rarely invested his points in magic stats, and he was focusing more on strength and agility stats. Moreover, he depended on weapons ever since he became a hunter. He was more befitting to become an assassin rather than a necromancer. So when System inquired whether he wanted to choose this job or not, he simply declined. But as he refused, the System warned him that the necromancer was hidden class and asked him if he was sure he wanted to decline this rare job. Finding this new information, Sung Jinwoo reconsidered his choice and decided to accept the job. The System bestowed the necromancer job to him, but because he outperformed in the trial, he was given more points than necessary. That's why the System promoted Sung Jinwoo from necromancer to the Shadow Monarch. Upon gaining his powers, he immediately called the shadows of the soldiers he killed in his trial, and then he proceeded to call Igris, the strongest opponent he faced till now. Once a foe, was now called by Sung Jinwoo to become his servant. Responding to his call, Igris's shadow was summoned to become a servant of him. Sung Jinwoo has the ability to call the soul of the death. And soon with this power, he will gather a powerful army of shadows under his command. Subscribe if you want to watch that video.